Have you ever heard whispers of a forest so strange, so unsettling, that even the locals who have lived there for generations refuse to set foot in it after dark? What secrets are hidden in its shadows that make seasoned woodsmen turn back at the tree line? Welcome, fellow adventurers, to a journey into one of the world's most mysterious woodlands. Today, we're not just telling ghost stories, we're exploring documented accounts, local legends, and baffling phenomena from a place where the normal rules of nature seem to bend and break. From strange lights dancing between the ancient trees to sounds that defy explanation, this forest has earned its ominous reputation. We'll peel back the layers of folklore to understand why this beautiful, yet forbidding, place is shrouded in fear and mystery. Stay with me as we step into the heart of the enigma. Our first stop is a place known locally as the Whispering Grove. For centuries, travelers have reported hearing faint, disembodied voices carried on the wind here. Even on the calmest of days, these aren't just rustling leaves. People describe hearing their own names called, snippets of conversations in languages they don't understand, and sometimes a chilling, mournful song. In the 1970s, a team of paranormal investigators brought in sensitive audio equipment. When they played back the recordings, they captured what audio experts call electronic voice phenomena, or EVP. The tapes revealed clear, distinct whispers that were completely inaudible to the human ear at the time of recording. One particularly clear recording seemed to say, "Leave this place." Scientists have tried to explain it as auditory pareidolia, where the brain finds patterns in random noise. But the clarity and consistency of these reports from different people across different decades make you wonder, what if something in that grove is genuinely trying to communicate? Now, let's venture deeper to an area the locals call the Flicker Field. It's a small, barren clearing where nothing seems to grow, which is strange enough in a dense forest. But the real mystery begins at twilight. Eyewitnesses, from lone hikers to groups of friends, have described seeing hovering spheres of light. They're often described as silent, pulsating orbs, ranging in color from soft white to an eerie blue-green. They seem to move with intelligence, sometimes weaving through the trees, other times hovering motionlessly for hours before vanishing in an instant. In 2008, a local photographer, determined to debunk the stories, set up a time-lapse camera. The photos he captured were astonishing. They showed streaks of light moving in deliberate, impossible patterns, not insects, not meteors, not aircraft. Some theories suggest these could be a rare natural phenomenon, like ball lightning. But ball lightning is typically short-lived and associated with thunderstorms. These lights appear on clear nights and behave in ways that don't fit any known scientific model. Could they be a form of undiscovered energy or something else entirely? Perhaps the most unsettling part of the forest is the phenomenon known as the silent path. It's a specific trail winding through the oldest part of the woods, where an unnatural quiet descends. Birds stop singing, insects cease their chirping, and even the sound of your own footsteps seems to be muffled. People who have walked this path describe a heavy, oppressive feeling, as if the air itself is thick and pressing in on them. They report a sudden, profound sense of being watched from all sides, a primal feeling of dread that forces them to either freeze in place or run. A forestry student in the 1990s tried to document this, noting that his sensitive decibel meter dropped to near zero readings the moment he stepped onto the path, a level of silence almost impossible to find in nature. He also noted a significant drop in temperature, even on a warm day. This isn't just a quiet spot in the woods. It's an acoustic dead zone that seems to instill a deep, instinctual fear. What could cause such a localized, profound silence? But it's not just sights and sounds. The forest is also famous for its temporal and spatial distortions. There are countless stories of hikers who know the woods like the back of their hand, suddenly becoming completely lost on well-marked trails. They describe paths that seem to loop back on themselves, familiar landmarks that disappear, and a sense that time is passing differently. A group of experienced campers once reported setting up their tent for what they thought was one night, only to emerge and find that the full days had passed. according to their watches and phones, which had all stopped. They had no memory of the missing time, just a feeling of deep, restful sleep. Another story tells of a man who got separated from his friends for what felt like only 10 minutes. When he found them again, they had been frantically searching for him for over 3 hours. These aren't just cases of bad navigation. The consistency of these time slip and disorientation stories suggests a powerful, unexplained force at play within the forest boundaries, a place where the fabric of reality itself might be thin. Adding another layer to the mystery are the strange disappearances. While people get lost in forests all the time, the cases here are different. Search parties combing the area often find personal belongings, a backpack, a camera, a single shoe, left in a neat pile in the middle of a trail with no signs of a struggle, no tracks leading away, and no trace of the person. It's as if they simply vanished into thin air. One of the most famous cases involves a young botanist who went in to study rare flora in the 1980s. Her detailed journal was found on a rock, the final entry describing a beautiful, humming sound coming from a clearing ahead. She was never seen again. The official explanation is often animal attack or succumbing to the elements, but these don't account for the pristine condition of the items left behind or the complete absence of any biological evidence. It's these tidy, inexplicable vanishings that truly cement the forest's terrifying reputation. So, what could be behind all of these bizarre occurrences? One theory points to unusual geological formations beneath the forest. Some geologists speculate that high concentrations of quartz or other magnetic minerals could be creating powerful, localized electromagnetic fields. These fields might, in theory, affect the human brain, causing auditory and visual hallucinations, feelings of dread, and even interfering with our sense of direction and time. This could explain the lights, the whispers, and the disorientation. It's a scientific approach to a supernatural problem, suggesting that the forest isn't haunted, but is instead a natural powerhouse of forces we barely understand. This theory links the paranormal feelings to a physical, measurable cause, making the forest mysteries a scientific puzzle waiting to be solved. Another, more esoteric theory delves into the realm of folklore and ancient beliefs. Local legends passed down for generations speak of the forest as a thin place, a gateway or portal between our world and another dimension. According to these stories, the forest is guarded by ancient, non-human entities or spirits of the land. The strange phenomena are not random. They are either warnings from these guardians to keep people out, or they are glimpses into the other world bleeding through. This perspective suggests we should respect the forest boundaries not because of physical danger, but because we are treading on sacred and potentially perilous ground. It frames the stories not as unexplained phenomena, but as encounters with a reality far older and stranger than our own. Believers in this theory don't look for scientific explanations. They heed the warnings that have been passed down through time. What do you think is really happening in these woods? Is it a combination of rare natural phenomena, an elaborate series of hoaxes and legends? Or is it truly a place where the veil between worlds is thin? The stories are so compelling because they defy easy answers. The enduring mystery of forests like this reminds us that even in our modern, hyper-connected world, there are still places that remain wild, untamed, and fundamentally unknowable. Perhaps some secrets aren't meant to be solved, but simply to be respected from a distance. If you've enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more explorations of the world's greatest mysteries. Thank you for watching, and stay curious.